everyone, I am Jen with JenKnoedl.com, and I am going through, I don't know why I'm showing this to you, it's my Kindle, but I'm going through the book Mere Christianity. We're on chapter 4. Every other chapter has been its own video, so I'll link it up. You should probably start at the beginning because this stuff is intense. It's intense for me, even trying to explain it. Sometimes I'm like, did I explain that correctly? Okay, so basically where we are is in chapters 1 through 3, he's kind of reestablishing that there is some sort of moral law. There's some sort of right and wrong. There's, a way that we believe humans should behave. And the paradox is that we do not behave that way. So now he's talking about what lies behind the law. So we're kind of establishing there is a law, whether you call it the law of nature or the moral law. There's a law and kind of what's behind that. So the law of human nature, or of right and wrong, must be something above and beyond the actual facts of human behavior. In this case, besides the actual facts, you have something else, a real law which we did not invent and which we know we ought to obey. So, that's really just kind of more of the same. Then he talks about there are basically two ideas of the universe. And he says, first, there's a materialistic view. People think that everything just happened as a matter of, time and space, and like by some crazy chance, something hit the sun and then something grew and then the temperature would just happen to just be right. And then there's a lot of, I don't know, that one seems a little shaky, super shaky actually. And then he says the other view is a religious view. According to it, what is behind the universe is more like a man than it is anything else we know. So that is a really interesting concept to think about because it has human characteristics, or what we contribute to be human characteristics. He goes on to say that, people have been talking about this since the beginning of time. Wherever there have been thinking men, both of these views turn up. And then he talks about how science cannot explain this law, because science measures things that happen. It can hypothesize, but the way that humans were created has never been seen. So can't really science that up, can we? He does say there's one thing and one thing only in the world, in the whole universe, which we know more about than we could learn from external observations. And that one thing is man. That's ourselves. So there's something that we can know more than anything else by observing actually being, right? So we know more about ourselves. He says that basically as humans, we want to know whether the universe simply happens to be what it is for no reason, or whether there is a power behind it that makes it what it is. Since that power, if it exists, would not be one of the observed facts, but a reality which makes them, no mere observation of the facts, but a reality of that which makes it. So no mere observation of the facts can find it. So the thing that created it is not the thing. You know what I'm saying? So the law of nature is not, we're talking about like, I know it gets a little boggling, but we're talking about, it's not the thing that it creates. I hope I didn't confuse you. He goes on to say, I find that I do not exist on my own, that I am under a law, that somebody or something wants me to behave in a certain way. So basically, then he starts going, he starts wrapping up the chapter, and he says, don't get ahead of me. Like, I'm not even at Christianity right now. He says, all I have got to is a something which is directing the universe and which appears in me as a law, urging me to do right and making me feel responsible and uncomfortable when I do wrong. So that's as far as we've gotten. We're chapter 4. That's as far as we've gotten. Check it out how he closes up the chapter. There's been a great deal of soft soap, must be an old term, talked about God for the last 100 years. This is not what I'm offering. You can cut all that out. So he is being serious. We are about to head into the next chapter, chapter 5, called We Have Cause to Be Uneasy. So stick around for that. Go to my website, JenKnoedl.com, subscribe for email updates. There should be some good insights in there, and tips on how to have a better life, because that's what I'm after. So until then, I'm Jen, and I'll see you next time.